Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Mia. Today's episode is all about one of the greatest joys in life, movies. Yes, those 2 hours of storytelling magic that can make us laugh, cry, scream, or rethink our entire lives.
Exactly. The title of today's episode is Talking About Movies, and that's literally what we're going to do. Talk about movies, the ones that shaped us, the ones we love, the ones we maybe didn't love, and the moments that made the cinema experience unforgettable.
Think of this episode as two friends sitting down with popcorn and just letting the conversation flow. We'll cover childhood favorites, favorite genres, theater experiences, movie quotes, and more.
So sit back, relax, and join us on this cinematic journey. All right, Mia, let's start with the classic opening question. What's the very first movie you remember watching as a child?
That one's easy. I remember watching The Lion King. I must have been around 6 years old. I didn't fully understand everything, but when Mufasa died, I cried uncontrollably. It was the first time a story made me feel grief. That movie taught me that films can carry real emotions, even for kids.
Oh, wow, yes. The Lion King scarred and inspired a whole generation. My first memory is Jurassic Park. My dad took me, and I remember being both terrified and fascinated. That T-Rex scene where the water trembles in the cup, that's etched in my mind forever.
That's such a good one. It's funny how the first movies we see become imprinted in our memories. I can still remember the smell of popcorn in the theater, the feeling of my small legs dangling from the seat, and the awe of seeing animals come alive on screen.
Yes, it's almost magical. Movies are bigger than life when you're a kid. The screen feels endless. The sound is overwhelming, and you just surrender to the story.
Exactly. And those first experiences shape the way we view movies later in life. For me, animation became something I always loved because of The Lion King.
Same here. Jurassic Park made me love adventure and thrillers. It showed me that movies could mix fear with wonder.
That's beautiful. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. What's the movie that made you fall in love with cinema not just as entertainment, but as an art form?
For me, it was The Shawshank Redemption. The way it told a story about hope, patience, and human resilience, I remember sitting there in silence after it ended, thinking, this is not just a film, this is life.
That's powerful. For me, it was Amélie. The whimsical storytelling, the way it turned everyday life into something magical. I realized cinema could change how you see the world.
That's such a good example. Movies like that show you how ordinary details can be extraordinary when framed through a lens.
Yes, and honestly, isn't that what art does? It makes us notice what we normally overlook.
Exactly. Okay, here's a fun one. If you had to choose one genre to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh no, that's cruel. Just one? I think I'd choose romantic comedies. They're predictable, sure, but they make me feel good. It's like comfort food in film form.
I like that. For me, it would be thrillers. I love suspense, the twists, the moments that keep me on the edge of my seat.
But don't thrillers make you anxious?
They do, but in a controlled way. I like the rush of adrenaline, knowing I'm safe but still experiencing fear and excitement.
That's fair. Movies do let us experience emotions safely. Fear, sadness, love, joy, all condensed into a couple of hours.
Exactly. It's like an emotional roller coaster, and different genres are like different rides.
That's a perfect analogy. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you have a favorite movie quote?
Oh, so many. But one that always sticks with me is from The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's chilling, and it's true beyond just movies.
That's a good one. For me, it's from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. It's simple, but it's timeless.
Such a classic. Quotes like that become part of everyday language. Movies shape the way we talk.
Yes! I love how you can quote a line like, "May the force be with you," and instantly people know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Movie quotes are like cultural passwords.
Okay, let's talk about theaters. Do you prefer watching movies at home or in the cinema?
Cinema 100%. The big screen, the surround sound, the collective energy of the audience, nothing beats that.
I agree. The collective gasp when a twist happens, the laughter that fills the room, the silence during emotional scenes, it's magical. I remember seeing Avengers Endgame in theaters, and the audience reaction was like being part of history.
Same. When Captain America picked up Thor's hammer, the theater exploded. People screamed, cheered, clapped. You can't replicate that at home.
Exactly. Though I will say streaming at home is convenient. Pajamas, pause button, snacks from your own kitchen. That has its charm too.
True, but it's a different vibe. Home is comfort, theater is spectacle.
Well said.
Here's another one. Is there a super popular movie that you don't like?
Ooh, dangerous question. Okay, don't hate me, but I never really connected with Titanic. I respect it, but it didn't make me cry the way it did for most people.
Wow, bold! Okay, my turn. I didn't love Avatar. Visually, yes, it was amazing. But the story felt predictable to me.
I get that. And that's the beauty of movies, and they hit everyone differently. What makes one person cry makes another person shrug.
Yes, because we bring our own life experiences into the theater.
Exactly.
Do you remember your funniest theater experience?
Oh, yes. I went to watch a horror movie once, and the guy sitting behind me screamed so loudly at a jump scare that he spilled his popcorn everywhere. The whole theater started laughing, which completely broke the tension.
That's amazing. I once went to see a serious drama, and during a very emotional silence, someone's phone went off, and the ringtone was the Mario Brothers theme song. The entire theater lost it.
That's hilarious. Honestly, movie theaters are social experiments sometimes.
Yes, and every audience has its personality. Some are quiet and respectful, others are rowdy and reactive.
True. Okay, Alex, what's the one movie you could rewatch endlessly?
I'd say Inception. Every time I watch it, I notice something new. It's like a puzzle that keeps giving.
Good choice. For me, it's Pride and Prejudice. It's comforting, romantic, and timeless. I could rewatch it forever.
That shows our personalities, doesn't it? You like comfort, I like complexity.
Exactly. And that's what makes talking about movies fun. No two people see them the same way.
So Mia, in part 1 we covered our childhood memories, favorite genres, and those magical theater moments. For part 2, let's go a little deeper. How movies connect with culture and even how they influence the way we live.
Yes, because movies aren't just entertainment, they're cultural mirrors. They reflect society, but they also shape it. For example, when Black Panther came out, it wasn't just a superhero movie. It was cultural history. People dressed up, celebrated African heritage, and it sparked conversations about representation in cinema.
That's so true. Same with movies like Parasite. It wasn't just a thriller from South Korea. It broke barriers, showing that world cinema deserves the same recognition as Hollywood.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things I love most. Movies let us travel without moving. You can watch a French film and suddenly you're immersed in Parisian life. Or an Indian film and you're swept into color, song, and emotion.
Yes, it's like teleportation. You get to live in another culture for 2 hours.
And it teaches empathy. You start to see the world through different eyes.
Beautifully said. Okay, shifting gears a little. Let's talk about the experience of watching movies. Have you ever had one of those weird or unforgettable cinema moments where the audience made it better or worse?
Oh, yes. I once went to see a horror movie and there was this one guy who narrated every scare. Like, don't go in there. Oh, she's gonna die. At first it was annoying, but by the end the whole theater was laughing with him. It turned into a group experience.
I've had that too. I once saw an action movie where the crowd literally started clapping every time the hero punched the villain. It was like a live wrestling match.
That's what I love. Sometimes audiences add to the experience.
But sometimes they ruin it too, like when people check their phones mid-scene and the light distracts everyone.
Ugh, yes. Or worse, when someone spoils the ending.
The unspoken rule of movies, thou shalt not spoil.
Exactly. Okay, let's play a little game. If your life were a movie, what genre would it be?
Ooh, good question. I'd say a mix of drama and comedy, a dramedy. Some serious struggles, but also a lot of laughter. So,
I can see that. For me, probably a romantic comedy, full of awkward moments, laughter, and hopefully a happy ending.
I love that. And honestly, most lives are dramedies or rom-coms. Movies exaggerate, but at the core, they reflect the same messiness of real life.
Yes! That's why we relate so much.
Speaking of relatability, do you ever cry in movies?
All the time! I cried in Up within the first 10 minutes. That montage destroyed me.
Same here. I think Up should come with a tissue warning.
And The Notebook, that ending always gets me.
Oh, for me, it's Coco. When Miguel sings to his grandmother, waterworks every time.
Yeah! Movies are powerful because they unlock emotions we sometimes hide in daily life.
Exactly. Sometimes I leave a movie theater feeling lighter, like I've released something I didn't even know I was holding.
That's why I think movies are therapeutic.
Yes, they help us process emotions, sometimes without us realizing it.
Okay, now let's flip it. Have you ever laughed so hard in a movie you couldn't breathe?
Yes, The Hangover. The first time I saw it, I laughed until my stomach hurt.
Same here. For me, it was Bridesmaids. That airplane scene still cracks me up. Oh.
Comedy is such a gift. It unites people instantly.
Yes, and you know what else unites people? Quoting movies. You say, "I'll be back," and everyone knows it's Arnold.
Or, here's looking at you, kid. Even people who haven't seen Casablanca know that line.
Exactly. Quotes become part of culture.
And so do characters. Think about how many people dress up as superheroes, wizards, or Star Wars characters.
Yes, movies create icons.
They also create trends. Like after The Matrix, everyone wanted long coats and sunglasses.
True. And after Frozen, every kid was singing "Let It Go."
That's the cultural power of cinema.
Yes, movies shape fashion, language, even politics sometimes.
And they shape us personally. Has there ever been a movie that changed your perspective on life?
Yes, movies shape fashion, language, even politics sometimes. Yes, Dead Poets Society. When Robin Williams says, "Carpe diem, seize the day," it made me rethink how I live.
That's a good one. For me, it was Good Will Hunting. The therapy scenes showed me the value of opening up.
Movies really can be teachers.
Yes, storytelling has always been humanity's way of passing wisdom. Movies are just the modern campfires.
I love that image.
Okay, let's lighten things up. If you could live inside any movie world, which one would you pick?
Harry Potter. No question. I want to go to Hogwarts.
Good choice. For me, maybe Star Wars. Flying through galaxies, wielding a lightsaber. Yes, please.
We'd both end up in fantasy worlds. Real life just isn't magical enough.
Exactly.
But that's the gift of movies. They give us magic, even if it's just for 2 hours.
Well said. Well, Mia, I think that's a wrap on today's episode, talking about movies.
Yes! We've gone from childhood memories to theater chaos, from cultural impact to life lessons, and even fantasy worlds we'd love to live in.
Movies aren't just entertainment, they're memories, emotions, and mirrors of who we are.
Exactly. And I hope everyone listening remembers their own special movie moments while hearing us today.
Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey.
Until next time, I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex.
Signing off from today's podcast. Don't forget the popcorn and never stop talking about movies.